what the City of Culture will bring to Coventry in terms of its art and culture input, but also some of the challenges that that brings with expectations of what art's about. Have a chat about that.
I think in terms of hopes, we all hope that it will bring some amazing things to the city, that we'll have opportunities to either be involved with or see some fantastic shows and fantastic productions. We also hope, as artists and as people working with arts organisations, that it will improve the infrastructure and resource around creativity in the city. That would be fantastic. You know, I hope that I'm left after the City of Culture year feeling that there is, you know, an enormous amount of opportunities for me and for everyone in the city to get involved in culture in some way, shape or form, whether it's by creating or by seeing. I think in terms of fears, it's really that there's, you know, I work with arts organisations and I'm an artist myself, and I already feel a little bit like there's an enormous amount of pressure for to be something, to do something, to be part of it, and to not really understand what your role within it is. And also that it's really important to engage with people that aren't already engaging with arts and culture. I'm really excited that the conversations seem to be around taking the shows and the projects outside of the city centre. I think that's a fantastic thing to be happening for the city, because we know that there's so many people that don't travel into the city centre. I do, however, think that if art is supposed to be a band-aid for lots of social and economic problems, it often dilutes the quality of the art. I think, you know, I massively champion the fact that art has social benefits, that, you know, it's an education, it's good for your well-being, it helps us explore ideas together, but also if, you know, the quality of the art becomes less if it's so focused on trying to, you know, be a perfect model for everyone.
I totally agree with you, and I think there is a kind of challenge that an artist has about funding as well. You have to tick boxes that sort of say, is it for the cultural interests of everybody or whatever? It's not art for art's sake, and that must be a real dilemma for an artist.
Absolutely. I mean, when the reason that I actually sort of went hell for leather on pulling Co-op together and putting a show on the 29th of March was because I haven't done anything really of my own practice for about a year and a half, 2 years, and I really wanted an opportunity to sort of make a statement about Brexit, and knew that there was a danger, because it was something political, that people would shy away from it, and initially people did. And I think in a country where arts funding, the public arts funding, is based on metrics, and I mean, realistically, it's very important to know who you're engaging with, why you're engaging with them, and that they will keep coming back. But ultimately, sometimes you need to say, okay, we're not going to seek funding, we're going to do this anyway, and we're going to, you know, possibly break our banks doing it. But there's a statement that needs to be made that doesn't need that filter, it doesn't need somebody else's agenda adding to it. So we've actually put together, we've got a little bit of a GoFundMe going on that's helping support some of the venue hire and the insurance costs, but the rest of it's self-funded. Every artist involved in Co-op has put their work forward free of charge. All of the rest of the sort of nuts and bolts I'm funding myself, and all of the people contributing have put their time in for free, because it needed to happen quick, it needed to happen without anybody saying you can do this, you can't do that, and that's why we pushed it forward. It does, there's a danger that if you always have to ask people's permission, you never really get to do what you want.
Absolutely. We'll be coming back